All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into XRP.
Okay.
Specifically what experts are saying about how much it might be worth in 2025.
Sounds good.
And we're looking at some analysis from a piece called XRP Price Prediction 2025, Realistic Outlook.
Okay.
So this should give us and our listeners some insight into the factors that might be affecting its price in a few years.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty relevant topic because XRP is consistently ranked as one of the top cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, for sure. And
Despite its fluctuating price.
well, yeah, that's what makes this deep dive so interesting because, I mean, back in 2018, it hit an all-time high of $3.84.
Yeah.
And today it's nowhere near that.
Yeah.
So why such a dramatic shift?
Well, XRP's price is particularly sensitive to a couple of things.
Okay.
First, you got the SEC lawsuit against Ripple, the company behind XRP.
Right.
And every time there's good or bad news, you see reaction in the price.
Yeah, the lawsuit has been hanging over XRP for a while now, but
Yeah.
it's not just legal issues, is it?
No, not at all.
There's also market sentiment.
Exactly. Market sentiment plays a huge role. You got those large investors, the whales.
Right.
They make big moves based on how they think things are going to go. And then you got people like you and me reacting to that or reacting to the news or just how we feel about the market.
And it almost seems impossible to predict how those forces are all going to interact to affect the price. But that's exactly what this analysis is trying to do.
It is, yeah.
And they're looking specifically at 2025, so it's like we're gazing into a crystal ball.
Kind of, yeah. And like any prediction, there's a lot of possibilities.
Of course.
This analysis considers a few key things that could affect the price of XRP in the next few years.
So what kind of factors should people listening to this be paying attention to?
Well, the outcome of the SEC lawsuit is huge. I mean, if Ripple wins, that could be a game changer because U.S. exchanges could list XRP again.
Right.
It'd make it a lot more accessible to investors.
Yeah, that would remove a major barrier.
It would.
But is that the most important factor?
It's one of the biggest, for sure. But adoption and real-world use are really important, too.
Right.
Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution is actually starting to see some use, and that uses XRP to make international payments more efficient.
So you're saying more partnerships mean more demand,
Exactly.
which could lead to a price increase.
Right.
I mean, it seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, well, it's not quite that simple.
Okay.
Because the global economy plays a big role, too. Things like interest rates and inflation, even political instability, all of that impacts all markets, including crypto.
So are you saying even if the lawsuit goes well and adoption takes off, a global recession could still really hurt the price?
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
Because when traditional markets struggle, people often pull out of riskier assets, which can lead to a downturn in the crypto market.
Right.
But a healthy global economy usually means a healthy crypto market.
Okay, so this analysis lays out a few scenarios for XRP in 2025.
It does, yeah.
Like different possibilities.
Yeah, a bearish case, a base case, and a bullish case.
Okay, so let's talk about each of those.
Sounds good.
What's the bad news first?
Okay, so the worst case scenario, the bearish case, says that XRP could be between 50 cents and $1 in 2025.
Okay.
That assumes that the regulatory challenges continue and adoption slows down and the whole crypto market struggles.
So that's not great.
Not ideal, no, but hopefully it won't be that bad.
Fingers crossed. So what about the base case?
That's a bit more optimistic.
Okay.
It suggests a price between $1.5 and $3.
All right.
In that case, the SEC case goes well for Ripple adoption continues to grow, and the crypto market is relatively stable.
That sounds more encouraging.
It does.
It seems like a lot hinges on that SEC case. But now let's talk about the fun stuff, the bullish case.
Okay.
What does XRP mooning in 2025 look like?
Well, the bullish case suggests XRP could get to $5 or $10
Wow.
or even higher.
That's huge.
It is.
So what needs to happen for the price to go that high?
Well, first, widespread adoption of XRP for both international payments and also in the world of DeFi.
DeFi, decentralized finance. But for our listeners who might not know, can you give us a quick rundown?
Yeah, DeFi is basically building a new financial system on blockchain technology.
Okay.
So think about things like lending, borrowing, trading.
Yeah.
But it's all happening without traditional banks or middlemen.
Interesting.
And XRP is actually very well suited for this because it's so fast and the transaction fees are low.
So if DeFi gets really popular and XRP becomes a key player, that could really affect the price.
Absolutely.
Now we can't forget about Bitcoin.
That's right.
So if Bitcoin has another massive surge, that will likely affect XRP as well.
Probably pull it up with it.
Okay, so widespread adoption, a DeFi boom, and a Bitcoin surge.
Yeah,
That sounds like a pretty exciting ride.
it does.
But are there any other things that could contribute to this bullish scenario?
Yeah, there's also increasing institutional investment. So if you have major players like hedge funds and pension funds start putting money into crypto that legitimizes the space,
Yeah.
and it could really drive prices up.
So we've got a lot of possibilities.
What do you?
From a pretty low 50 cents to a high of $10 or more.
Right.
And it feels like a lot of these factors are out of anyone's control.
That's the crypto market for you.
Yeah.
It's volatile and unpredictable.
It definitely keeps things interesting.
It does.
But, you know, we're talking about these high prices, and I know some people listening are thinking about investing in XRP, so let's talk about the risks.
That's a really good point.
Because there's potential for big gains.
Yeah.
But you really need to understand the risks before you invest in any cryptocurrency.
Especially one that's volatile like XRP.
Exactly. Volatility.
Yeah.
I think even people new to crypto, they understand that prices go up and down like crazy.
They do, yeah.
But what else should people be aware of?
Well, the regulatory risks are big.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about the SEC lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
But even if Ripple wins, there's always the possibility of governments cracking down on crypto in the future.
So even with a good outcome in this lawsuit, there's no guarantee that something else won't come up in the future.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you've also got to think about competition.
Right.
I mean, new payment systems are popping up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those could challenge Ripple and XRP.
It's a competitive space for sure.
It is.
So what's the final word of caution you'd give to people who are thinking about investing?
Diversification.
Right.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Spread your investments around.
Good advice. So while there are some enticing potential rewards,
There are.
it's crucial to understand the risks
Absolutely.
and approach it with caution.
Definitely.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive into XRP.
We have.
We've talked about the current market,
Yeah?
the factors that are going to shape its future, and what experts are saying about the price in 2025.
Right.
And the risks you need to know before investing.
For sure.
But there's still more to uncover.
There is.
So in the next part of this deep dive, we're going to look at the technology behind XRP.
Okay.
What makes it tick?
Sounds good.
We'll break it down in a way that hopefully everyone can understand.
We will.
Stay tuned for part 2.
We be here. Welcome back to our deep dive on XRP.
Okay, so in the last part, we looked at XRP's price and
Yeah.
some of the factors that are going to affect it going forward.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want to geek out a little bit and talk about the technology behind XRP,
Good.
but in a way that everyone can understand.
Of course.
So at its heart, XRP is the native cryptocurrency of the XRP ledger,
That's right.
which is a decentralized public blockchain.
Yeah.
But I feel like those terms get thrown around a lot.
They do.
Decentralized blockchain.
Yeah.
So what makes the XRP ledger unique?
Okay, so think of the XRP ledger like a digital record of transactions.
Okay.
But instead of being controlled by a single company like a bank, it's distributed across a network of computers all over the world.
So no one person or institution has control over it.
That's right. That's what decentralized means.
Okay, so it's kind of like a shared ledger
Yeah.
that everyone can see and verify. And because it's on so many computers,
Yeah.
it's super secure
Very secure.
and tamper-proof.
Right.
Okay, and the blockchain part
Yeah.
refers to how this ledger is structured.
Exactly.
So transactions are grouped together in blocks,
Okay.
and each block is linked to the one before it.
Right, creating a chain.
A blockchain.
A blockchain, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. But how does all this translate to the real world?
Right, so the XRP ledger was made for fast,
Okay.
low cost,
Mm-hmm.
efficient cross-border payments.
Okay, so instead of bank transfers that take forever
Days.
and cost a ton of money,
Yeah, huge fees.
you're saying I could use XRP to send money anywhere in the world instantly
That's the idea.
for pennies.
Exactly, and that's what Ripple's working towards with their on-demand liquidity solution.
Right.
They're partnering with all these financial institutions.
Mm-hmm. To use XRP as a bridge currency for international payments. So can you give us an example? Like, how would that work?
Sure, so let's say you're in the U.S.
Okay.
and you want to send dollars to someone in Japan.
Right.
Traditionally, that would involve multiple banks,
Yeah.
currency conversions.
Right.
It could take days,
Mm-hmm.
with ODL.
Okay.
You just convert your dollars into XRP,
Okay.
send those XRP to the recipient in Japan,
Right.
and they convert that XRP into yen.
And that happens like instantly.
Seconds.
Wow, that's pervasive.
It is.
No wonder everyone's talking about how XRP could change global payments, but what about DeFi?
Great.
So we talked about that a little bit in the last part.
Yeah. Decentralized finance.
Building financial applications on blockchains
Exactly.
to cut out the middleman.
Right. So no banks, no brokers.
Okay, so you could do things like lending, borrowing, trading.
All on a decentralized platform.
Right, and this is where XRP's speed and low cost really shine.
You do.
Because when you need things to happen fast and you don't want to pay a lot in fees,
Right.
that's perfect.
XRP is great for that.
So are there any real-world examples of XRP being used in DeFi right now?
Yeah, there are. Actually, a number of projects already.
Cool.
For example, you've got decentralized exchanges built on the XRP ledger
Okay.
that allow you to trade cryptocurrencies directly.
Without a centralized exchange.
Exactly.
Interesting.
There are lending platforms that use XRP as collateral.
So it seems like XRP is kind of in the middle of two huge trends in finance.
It is.
The growth of cross-border payments and the rise of DeFi.
It's a powerful combination.
It is, but let's be real for a second.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges facing XRP?
Right. Well, obviously, that SEC lawsuit is still a big one.
Yeah.
Even if Ripple wins, there might still be some uncertainty hanging around.
Okay.
And that could make some institutions hesitant to use XRP.
So it's like a trust issue.
It is.
Even if legally everything's okay,
Yeah.
some people might still be worried.
Right.
What else?
Competition's a big one.
Right.
The blockchain space is constantly changing.
Yeah, new projects popping up all the time.
All the time.
So it's not just about being better than the traditional financial system. It's
Yeah.
about being better than all the other cryptos and blockchains, too.
Exactly.
So you got to constantly be innovating
You do.
to stay ahead.
Right.
Okay, and then there's adoption.
Mm.
It's one thing to have the technology,
Yeah.
but getting people to actually use it,
That's the hard part.
that's the challenge.
It is.
So what needs to happen for XRP to really reach its full potential?
Well, first, that SEC lawsuit needs to be resolved
Okay.
favorably.
So that would remove uncertainty?
Yeah, it would really boost confidence.
Regulatory clarity is key.
It is.
What else?
Ripple needs to keep pushing the boundaries of what the XRP ledger can do. They need to show why it's better than other solutions.
So it's all about innovation
It is.
and staying ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, strong partnerships are super important.
Okay.
With banks, financial institutions, and other players.
So those partnerships will drive adoption
Yeah.
and demonstrate how XRP can actually be used.
Exactly.
Partnerships, innovation, regulatory clarity.
Those are the big ones.
Sounds like a good plan.
It does, but of course, things are always changing in the crypto world.
Right.
So there will definitely be unexpected challenges.
And opportunities.
Exactly.
Crypto never fails to surprise us.
It doesn't.
Well, I think our listeners now have a much better understanding
Yeah.
of XRP and its potential.
Hopefully.
I know I've learned a lot.
Me too.
All right, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into XRP.
Okay.
We've talked about, the price predictions, the tech behind it,
Right.
the potential use cases.
Mhm.
But now I want to kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Like, what are the ethical and societal implications of cryptocurrencies like XRP?
That's a really important question and one that doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, for sure.
People just want to talk about price predictions and Lambos.
Right, exactly. So let's start with something I hear a lot about with cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
The environment.
Mhm.
Is XRP bad for the environment?
So that's a valid concern with a lot of cryptocurrencies, like Bitcoin
Right,
uses a ton of energy for mining.
right.
But XRP,
Is different.
okay, so it's more environmentally friendly.
It is.
Why is that?
It uses a different way to verify transactions
Okay.
called Federated Byzantine Agreement.
Okay.
And that's a lot more energy efficient than proof of work.
Interesting.
Actually, some studies suggest XRP is one of the greenest cryptocurrencies out there.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
But I guess even if XRP itself isn't bad for the environment, there's still the bigger question of,
Right.
how cryptocurrencies in general are going to affect society.
And I think one concern that comes up a lot is,
Yeah.
could they be used for illegal stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's a common concern.
Right, because they're decentralized and kind of anonymous.
Right. Well, it's true that cryptocurrencies have been used for illegal activities,
Yeah.
but cash is used for that too.
Right. Good point.
It's not the tool itself.
Yeah, it's how it's used.
Exactly.
So do you think this concern will go away as regulations get better?
I think so, yeah.
And the technology improves?
As regulations evolve and monitoring technologies get more sophisticated, it's going to be much harder to use crypto for illegal stuff without getting caught.
Okay, so it's an ongoing battle.
Kind of, yeah.
But for you, do the potential benefits outweigh the risks?
I think so, especially when it comes to financial inclusion.
Okay, so financial inclusion, what does that mean?
Think about all the people in the world who don't have access to banks.
Yeah.
Crypto could be a way for them to participate in the global economy.
So instead of relying on those expensive money transfer services or informal lending networks.
Right, they could use crypto to send and receive money.
Yeah.
Save, invest, even access credit.
Wow, so crypto could really empower individuals
It could
and help level the playing field.
Yeah, no matter where you live or your economic status.
That's a powerful idea. Are there any other societal implications we should be thinking about?
Yeah, one thing that's really interesting is the impact on governments and central banks.
Okay.
Because cryptocurrencies operate outside of their control.
So no one can manipulate the currency.
Right.
It's not tied to any one country.
Exactly. And that's a huge challenge to the traditional financial system.
Yeah, it raises all sorts of questions about how we think about money.
Exactly.
It feels like we're entering uncharted territory.
We are. It's a time of great change and uncertainty.
But also a time of opportunity.
A lot of opportunity.
Yeah, and it's up to us to decide how this technology shapes the world.
That's right. We need to talk about the benefits and the risks
Mm-hmm.
and work together to make sure crypto is used responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. Well, I think this deep dive has given everyone a lot to think about.
I hope so.
We've gone way beyond just, the
Yeah.
hype and the price prediction.
Right, rich, quick stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've really explored XRP from all angles.
We have.
And I think it's really important for everyone to understand not just the potential, but also the challenges and the risks.
Absolutely.
So do your research and form your own opinions.
Think critically.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into XRP.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into something else that's shaping the world.
That's good.
Until then, stay curious.
Stay informed.
And happy deep diving.